It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl. Hey everyone, it's Mera Mangle.
And Chloe Curiosity.
And welcome to another Mangled morning.
Ooh.
Fabrielle.
My sister.
Like your children.
We are both bimbos, so.
How are you, gal? Chloe.
I'm fabulous.
Hey, Pooper Doodle.
Pooper Doodle? Oh, I do look like a Pooper Doodle, don't I? Do you like my hair? I did it myself.
I feel like this whole look is very country to me.
Yes, I'm down on the farm. I was saying that I feel like I would wear this to the beach, but you were like, not feeling that.
No, it's a cocktail
To
dress.
me, I'm like feeling like, oh, I could like run down to the beach if I had like a little straw hat, like at a restaurant by the beach.
Well, I'm not mad at the idea of it sitting at a restaurant by the beach.
Right?
But at the beach is
cocktail.
different. Like, you're in the sand in a cocktail dress, that would be odd. That's what I was picturing.
Well, I'm picturing like kind of by the beach.
Right. That's all right. That's sure.
Like that's in the background, but I'm there.
Sure.
And you're like flying by, like saving the day.
I have a convention to get to. Amy Jo Johnson.
Yes.
Is the Pink Power Ranger.
I love that. I love the Pink Power Ranger that she's.
I'm just staring at my own breasts. I'm like, oh, look. Like, they're just up and excited to meet the people. I'm excited to talk about the new winner of France Allstars.
Yeah.
That endless finale. Don't worry, we won't cover all that. Because it was just recapping. We'd be recapping recaps.
Literally.
There's also big Drag Race news. Another Verse the World. I would probably say the most, like, surprising announcement in years from Drag Race.
That was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
And I feel like just the other day we were talking about how we didn't know if Down Under was coming back. Like.
Right, we've heard absolutely nothing.
So.
Like, no whispers one way or the other.
Right.
We're going to, of course, also talk about Slaysian Royale. Controversial decisions were made in this Cacao runway to me.
I liked. We'll talk about it.
Well, I mean, there's amazing stuff to talk about.
Well, it's hard because, like, honestly, I don't think anybody looked bad. Like, I liked pretty much all the looks.
I would disagree. I disagree a little. Yeah.
I thought everybody, like, really.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a couple. My girl Bernie. I can't believe she wasn't in the bottom.
Okay, but I just love her.
I do too. But little Bernie was walking on her dress. And then, of course, we'll also talk about Brazil season 2. We had a third episode this season where no one went home. Another double save.
Tea.
Very controversial for that. After they sent home the front runner last week.
Right, like, they were feeling fine to do that, but then now they're like, okay.
Right, like, they've been giving them out like candy. And then the front runner's there, and they had to send her home.
That was a shock.
You did have a big life-changing moment since you were last here. You worked with the Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia.
I did. That was pretty iconic.
I feel like we have to touch on that, but we'll definitely dive deeper into that on Patreon.
On Patreon, yeah.
So make sure you join the Patreon.
Yeah, she was so much fun to work with. Yeah, we could talk about that on
And I've
Patreon.
had people ask me about your interaction with her.
I think she couldn't take me. She thought I was a little crazy.
She thought you were crazy?
I think she thought I was weird, like...
Well, what were you wearing?
Well, I was just little old me, you know. I actually wore this at one point in the night.
And you told her you wanted to go to the beach?
I can't even remember what I wore.
You also worked with Lydia and Corey, I think since the last time you were here.
Yes, I worked with Lydia and Corey, and they were both so much fun.
Yeah.
They were, like, exactly like how you would picture,
Just
like,
how
on
they are on
TV.
TV.
And Nicole was, too. Like, I don't know, it's just, like, one of those things where it's, like, almost gaggy to meet them in real life because it's, like, exactly like how they are on TV. And Nicole is just, like, so funny with just, like, I feel like everything she says just makes me laugh.
We're going to get into all those episodes, break everything down that happened this week. But before we get started, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and join the Patreon where you can see all kinds of additional content you can't see on YouTube, which you're helping support the channel. Now you can also support the channel by tipping on Venmo or Cash App, like Jeremy L., because your content is consistently providing great alternatives to watching the news. You know, obviously, it's important to be informed and be involved. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, oh my God, yeah, we all need an escape. So
I know, like, it is important to make sure that you're staying up to date on everything, but
right.
I do understand the, like, sometimes just needing to, like, unplug and just, like, enjoy life and, like, and watch things that you love, like, and
right.
watch drag and do all that. So I totally get that, and I love that this is providing that for them.
Right now, with how everything is, the environment we're living in, like, I don't want to hear any emotional music. I want to hear any breakup songs.
I
want to
agree
hear
with that.
I want to hear dance music. I want to hear about having a good time. Even though we're not, like, it's like a, you know, to counterbalance it.
I'm kind of like that all the time. Like, I don't really like sad music or, like, even sad, like, movies or anything. Like, I just, like...
I don't really either.
I like things that make me laugh. I like happy music. So I have been loving this, like, era we're in right now where there's, like, a lot of pop music coming out, and I'm loving that.
It's starting to turn that way.
Yeah.
In my 20s, I loved the emotional breakup music. Or
Okay,
like,
yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I got into all that. Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, well, I mean... But that's, like, more of, like, power, like, ballad to me. Like, I don't know. Like, not even,
But
like,
it's still,
that,
like, just heavy.
It is. It is more emotional,
And I can't do
guess.
that now. I'm
But, like, I just
want
can't
anything
get
heavy.
down, like... I do like Olivia Rodrigo, but, like, to me, if I, like, sit there and listen to it, I'm like, this is just so sad. Like, how do people just, like, sit there and listen to this all
I will
the time?
say, I guess an exception to that is Marina's new album, Marina and the Diamonds.
Okay.
But
But it's, like, poppy still. And
it's still, it's still
the
dance.
beat
It's
is
still
cute
dance.
and, like...
It's still dance music, but also I have had to already slowly remove some of them because some of them are just like, when you really listen to the lyrics, you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is just too sad. I can't.
But I love Princess of Power. That
Yeah.
one's, like,
No.
a bop.
There's only a couple that I've had to take off the playlist.
But one, like, sad diva, and, like Lana Del Rey, like, I do like that, like, kind of vibe.
I've
but-
never been able to vibe with that lady.
Except for the fact that now she's, like, a Republican, so...
Oh,
no,
God.
don't like her.
Well, then I guess I was right all along.
Sorry about it.
Nick G coming through for us. He said, always supporting my favorite girl. Thank you, Nick. And then he said, did you see that they announced the Philippines Supergirl group with all 3 winners and Marina Summers? So this is a great transition, Nick. And of course, we will go over the YouTube thanks at the end of the video.
Yeah.
This was very smart, strategic, of course, you know.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They announced Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale was the most watched premiere ever on WoW Presents Plus.
Iconic.
And then they also threw in, and we're also doing this mega girl group to get the press for that too. So like a 2-for-1. Because honestly, the Slaysian Royale being the most watched on the app ever is the headline.
That is really cool.
It's crazy, yeah.
And also, I mean, it's been a really good season, so I think that's awesome.
The storytelling has been very entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've been loving it. And then the girl group, like, that's so fun. I love that Marina Summers is going to be in
With
it,
all
too.
the winners.
Like,
So Maxi is a pop star. Marina is a pop star fantasy. Precious, she has a group with Venus and Brigiding.
uh-huh.
In real life, like, they have a girl group.
Okay.
So it makes sense that maybe she wants to join another one. Maybe
Right.
she's like Willem, just
Yeah.
part of multiple.
Yeah. Did they announce, like
Like
what the vibe is? Like, are they going to play instruments, or is it, like, more of just, like, they're all singing kind of vibe?
they are
or,
not.
like...
They are not going to play no instruments.
I'm picturing, like,
I'm-
them, like, one's on the drums, one's playing guitar.
And these sexy black looks. I'm picturing. I think it's going to be like K-pop.
That's probably the vibe, yeah. But I do think it's really exciting.
But yeah, it's very. Because it just so happens to be all the winners plus the biggest superstar from Philippines.
Right.
It feels.
They're
it's
recognizing that
obviously-
she is meant to be a winner.
She's more successful than the
No, actually,
you know, like she
yeah.
really is. I don't know. For me, it feels just a little like manufactured.
Yeah. Well,
And Cat Cat is what like takes me out of the fantasy a little
Yeah.
bit. But maybe when we see a music video or hear the song, it'll all make sense.
and maybe they added Marina, too, to, like,
I'm not mad about Marina.
yeah.
Like she makes sense.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll have to see the vibe of once their first song comes out, then I'll know the vibe.
Wasn't there an episode of UK where the Fractasters had a music video at the beginning of one of the episodes?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's going to be very that.
Okay, that'd be cute. Like a little premiere thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like the Fractasters, their album was actually really good. They did a full album.
Yeah,
It was great.
that was fun.
And I'm in that.
And they,
documentary.
like, toured with that.
They did. And I
Yeah.
was on the tour. I was on the screen.
Oh, word!
And I was in the documentary. It's
Yes!
Still on Wow Presents Plus.
I need to go watch it.
Put that as one of my credits. I feel like the only reason they stopped investing in that is because I feel like Davina didn't want to do it anymore. So, like, I mean, she didn't even make the U.S. tour.
What has she been up to? I feel like I haven't seen, like, her doing anything.
We're getting distracted. If we wanted to look into... that'll be we could do a whole video
Where
on
is Davina?
Where in the world is Davina Campo? Down Under vs. the World was announced. Out of
Crazy.
nowhere. But I like that.
Yeah.
I like being surprised.
I do, too.
I feel like we know too much.
But also, I feel like, and, like, right now, we don't really know anything about it other than it's coming. Like,
Well, and I mean, yeah, it's also kind of odd that, well, not odd, but surprising that they announced it before they even start casting or anything. You know, I'm sure they're
okay,
in
so you
talks.
don't think they have a cast at all or anything?
I'm sure they're in
I guess
talks.
if they did, we would probably already start hearing rumors.
We would already be
like,
doing rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I'm sure that's coming
wondering-
any day, but they got ahead of it, I guess, a little.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, if Michelle will be hosting it, or do you think RuPaul will come back?
They announced that Michelle is hosting.
Oh, she will? Okay.
Ru's name is not added back
Not on it.
Because guess what?
True, it would have been
the title's
RuPaul's.
already too long.
You're right, it would have been RuPaul.
You put RuPaul on there, no.
I actually liked when Michelle hosted last season. I thought it was really fun.
I thought it was good, too. I thought it was their most consistent season.
Yeah. Also, like, I just think the queens, like, it was a really good group of
It was a
queens.
good group.
Yeah.
And then Rhys is also coming back. They announced that.
Fun.
And you remember last year, Avis Loren was, from the season 3 winner, was the other permanent judge.
Uh-huh.
For this, Lazy Susan will be the
Oh,
other judge.
word!
They already announced her as permanent.
That is awesome!
Yeah.
I kind of like that they do that.
Yeah, I hope that Isis and the other winners still get to come and guest judge.
Like a guest.
I think they all did pretty good.
I
But
liked Isis
was
as
great.
the judge. Yeah, she was really fun.
But we're definitely going to talk more about this later this week and maybe get into who we want to see on this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And soon we will be seeing who is on Drag Race España Season 5. España in general has the longest rollout of any franchise in terms of, like, the notice we get.
Yeah.
So, like, we've been getting, like, teases that the Meet the Queens is coming in September for months. We don't even know when it's... That means probably... typically when we get to Meet the Queens, that means it's a month later
Literally.
that the season starts.
Right, it's about to.
Almost to the day.
Yeah.
But they've been teasing it as if the season's about to start, you know?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But these promo images, the theme...
They look fierce.
Is very, very intriguing to me. I like the, like, concrete, very fashion, very art.
Yeah.
And then with the pops of orange.
It does feel like very, like deconstructed vibes.
Dystopian.
Yeah, like dystopian.
But, like, in a way that's better than the one, on, like, that's kind of what they were going for on 16.
Uh-huh.
With that green palette.
Yeah.
But it was just gross looking.
Yeah, that was... Well,
like,
that
this is really cool.
No, I like
fashion.
the color scheme of the black and the gray with the orange.
Yeah.
The orange really pops. Will they all be in orange then, and then the back will be
I feel like
black
it won't be.
and white? Or will it be, like, orange, black, and white?
I feel like it has to be high fashion.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the color's less relevant than, like,
the vibe
of the look.
Yeah.
How
I mean, all
would-
the staircases in the back and
How
all
fierce
that.
would it
like,
be to see, like, queens on the stairs?
on the stairs.
Like,
wait.
all over the place.
That would be fierce. Like, it, like, kind of spreads out, and then we see them, like, all throughout. That'd be fun.
But also, why is Anna bird boxing over here? Why does she have a blindfold on?
I don't know, but she's kind of serving. Like, she looks like a spy,
But
though.
as a
like-
judge, does that mean you are not paying it, like, you're a
Maybe,
bad-
yeah. She's saying she's, like, not watching this season.
It's implying that she's a bad judge to me.
In both, she's very, like, spy, like, vibes.
Yeah, very
like...
A spy with a blindfold on. UK and España are basically going to probably start at the same time.
Okay.
I don't like how France and Brazil started literally the same day.
Yeah. I don't... Yeah,
That
it is
was
hard to keep up when there's, like, so much going on.
And
but...
an All-Star season always overshadows a regular
Oh, yeah.
season. Speaking of that, let's get into the All-Star season.
Let's
the grand
talk
finale
about it.
of France All-Stars. We're going to first start off talking about the eliminated girl look. The eliminated girls' looks. Did you have any standouts here?
I thought, like, I loved a lot of the looks. I thought, it's Cam Hugh, right?
Cam Hugh, yeah, she looked great. And she was congeniality.
I was obsessed with hers. The colors,
Yeah.
just, like, the color scheme of it. The rainbow, of course, you know, I love that.
It's very cool.
Honestly, everybody looked really fierce.
I thought Moon kind of stole the show.
Obviously, incredible.
So, I don't know if you noticed this, but typically at the finales, I feel like they don't play the actual audience's reaction. Like, they change it to make it sound like everyone gets kind of the same applause.
Yeah.
They did not do that.
I was
this
gonna
time.
say, I actually
'Cause-
thought that same thing when I was watching.
Moon, by far, even out of the top 4, got the biggest response.
I was surprised
It's
because
just-
even after the lip syncs, I feel like you could almost hear the crowd chanting who they wanted to win.
Because this other person that got the biggest, the second biggest response was Mami Wada.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you could tell, which also was very rewarding to me because I keep hearing a narrative that, the French people really love Punani and they really love these certain queens that, is not what I'm seeing. Social media, maybe those people are loud, but,
yeah.
that audience is seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So it was very
And how
rewarding
can
to
anyone not see that? I mean, that's what I'm like.
The other girls, actually, Soa has my heart a little bit in that way, but also
Yeah.
she was closed off for a while.
It was
those two
so
girls,
made me a little sad this season because I was I felt bad for her.
But that last episode was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was there's Soa.
Yeah.
But Mami Wada and Moon, maybe it's just the way they open up. You know?
They're really real.
Very real. There's no.
And just very original, I think, too. Both of them in their own ways.
I really think that. I think that a lot of the other girls maybe have a little bit of, for instance, in terms of confessionals, was pretty much just a narrator.
Yeah.
You know, like, she didn't give a lot of opinions.
That's, like, I think, yeah, like, I liked Ellipse throughout the season because I think she slayed in a lot of, like, different challenges, and her looks were really fierce.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like I never connected with her as much as, like, Mami Wada
not anywhere
Moon,
near. I did like her.
Yeah.
But Moon and Mami Wada, there was no comparison
Yeah.
to the rest of the cast. And so I just loved seeing the audience react to her.
I mean, Moon kind of just became, like, my favorite, though, like, just because I just loved her, like, in confessionals and just her looks, like...
I remember at her finale, you could see that the audience had a massive reaction to her. And, of course, Khianna. I've been having this debate with people about, like, her arc being successful or not on this All-Star season. The way people have been looking at it is kind of comparing it to past seasons. And, yeah, if someone doesn't get any wins and they don't make it to the end, it's not a successful... You don't get a redemption. However, I feel like there's just no way from what I saw, like... It was a beautiful arc.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it, like, it was successful.
Yeah.
She showed amazing looks.
Yeah.
She opened up. We got to know her more and more.
Yes. I thought she had, like, a really good storyline.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
And, like, based on the audience's response, she didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
But I feel like she obviously felt like she probably disappointed people again. But, like...
But I feel like in All-Stars especially, I feel like it's all about... Like, kind of... Like, I feel like the crowd response, like, that's probably the biggest thing. Like, I don't know. Even if you don't... win, like, I feel like if you become, like, the fan favorite, like, you kind of won. Like, I don't know.
But she became fan favorite twice.
Literally, like, I think both times.
I just love that she got that just massive reaction again.
Yeah.
You know. And then, what about the finalists? We've got Ellipse, Misty, Phoenix, and Peach.
I think all of them looked really good. I loved Peach's look. It looked really fabulous.
It was, but I kept wanting her to come out of it or something. Like, I kept thinking she was going to drop it at some point. But also, I feel like she wore this because the narrative all season was, this bitch keeps not wearing clothes. She showed up as a table.
I know, I kind of just lived for it.
She was a box.
This oversized moment.
It kind of is like, okay, I'll give you clothes.
Yes.
You know, but, like, kind of giving it a middle finger with it.
Yes.
The other two girls, they looked good. Was Ellipse intentionally showing her beard? I'm genuinely asking because it was so good.
I honestly didn't even notice that, but I see what you're talking about.
Misty and Ellipse had floppy pieces, like those
Yeah.
Ellipse's especially feel like it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then Misty had her crotch out.
Yeah, it was very... I think the dress was pretty, but yeah, I don't know.
Misty, I guess that's her FU to us, is just, I'm going to make it to the finale and still not wear an earring.
And then when you're wearing a hair like that...
Full ear...
How can you not wear an earring?
That's how it was all season.
That is
always had her full ear out. She never wore wigs like this that I'm wearing, you know, or like even what you're wearing.
And honestly, like, yeah, if you're not going to wear a necklace, like, at least wear, like, I don't know, like, I feel like you should always wear an earring, but... Like, at least wear a necklace if you're not going to wear an earring.
And unless your ears are literally just totally covered, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But see, we're from Missouri.
But I kind of liked how Peach kind of just did, like, something totally different than everybody.
Speaking of totally different, our winner, Mami Wada. I mean, I guess it was, she said, I will do a redemption runway. Because she did a SpongeBob look on her season. Yes. That was a little crunchy. But this is high fashion.
This was high fashion. It was everything.
I didn't even clock on the first watch that she had that mask on her face at first. I just thought someone in the audience had a mask of her face.
But and, like, held it up.
She threw that off, yeah. I missed that part, but, like, the mask was really good.
I love that. Yeah, I think it looked so fierce. I love it's, like, a deconstructed SpongeBob.
And
it's
I
just
didn't even
so
realize
cool.
till she was being interviewed later that she had the pineapple on her head. The hair was the pineapple. Did you catch that?
I didn't even realize that's what...
It's got the door
loved
and everything.
It. Oh, wait, that's so cute. With the leaves, too, it has at the top. I didn't even, like, put that part together. I just loved the whole look.
And then did you see the butt?
The
butt crack out. Doing a character like that, I feel like is a little risky.
It is risky, especially for the finale, but... Right. I feel like it was so high fashion that it didn't matter.
I feel like she didn't have anything else to prove because her looks all season had proved that.
Yeah.
She was the look girl, which is insane.
Right.
Because she was so bad at
it. And it almost is like showing a little more because it's like camp and fun and like, I don't know, it's just like a little different.
It's a little callback. Yeah. This time for the All-Star finale, they did not do the original songs, they did the lip-sync tournament. Ellipse was trying to come for my heart in this little lip-sync because she did the Gotham City Sirens. So she started off as Harley Quinn.
Okay,
and then revealed the Poison Ivy. And I'm saying, it's in the live, I was like, okay, so if she does Catwoman, she did the Gotham City Sirens. Like, that's completed.
I live.
And she did. It was pretty fierce.
I did think it was really cute.
I will say, like, for both of her lip syncs, one thing that was lacking sometimes was the emotion in the face.
Mm-hmm.
She did come alive at the end, but, like, before the reveals, it's like maybe she can't get into the song that much because she's waiting to do her reveal.
That's how it felt to me.
Yeah. I felt that way about this one and the second one.
I felt like when she was doing all the reveals, like, you could just kind of sense that she was like, okay, well, I gotta do this next reveal really quick. And, like, that's how at least it felt to me.
Because I thought Peach was more fun to watch in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know? But then once she got going, and especially at the end, when she was done doing them, she was Catwoman, and she was, like, then she came alive.
Yeah. I actually thought Peach really slayed, and then, but like you said, like, I do think kind of towards the end, Ellipse kind of started slaying it once she kind of got into that last look, especially.
Honestly, this is the one that I would say was edited to show us one person a lot more. I feel like when they would show Peach, they would cut away real quick or not give a close-up and stuff like that.
They both did really good, but Ellipse, and she had all the reveals.
Now, did those characters make sense for the song?
Not really.
No. But, I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
So I used to do all three of those characters, obviously.
Yes.
I've done them on Mangle Morning, too. But what I would perform as them, sometimes have to do shows where you have to do a double.
Yeah.
You don't come back later to do another number.
Right.
You just stay out there for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But so what I did was just combined my Harley and Poison Ivy. But I had to go backstage. Like, I did have to have a little intermission moment where just music played, where I had to go back and at least change wigs.
Yeah.
I couldn't fit all that underneath there.
Yeah, no.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
So let alone three. She did three.
It is crazy how she was able to make all those work in one.
It was smart. Her headpiece is split down the middle, which was cool. It was very Sasha Velour.
Yeah.
The second lip sync was Mami Wada versus Misty.
I thought Mami Wada kind of slayed her.
This was one where I was, like, really wanting to know what the lyrics were. Because the song felt very sexy, but Misty was very campy.
Yeah.
It felt like the times where Mami Wada was being more sensual, it made more sense, you know.
It felt to me like Mami Wada, like, knew the song a little bit better, too. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like Misty was going camp with it, and it just didn't, I don't know what the words were, but it didn't feel right.
Right.
You know. But also, Misty's tuck was dangerous.
They both looked really fierce, though. I thought they both, like, wore these little slutty outfits that was, like, really hot.
I love at the beginning, they don't match at all. One girl's going to the
literally,
disco,
actually, at the beginning, they're wearing a lot, and then,
but
like...
when they do the reveals, they literally are, like, opposites. I love when lip syncs have that.
It's kind of like the blue and the pink. It's kind of giving.
Yeah,
like...
it's cute. This inspired the return of the Booty Watch segment, because they both had great booty moments. And, you know, I want to say Mami Wada with the handprint on the ass like that is a callback to Khianna. Her season 2.
Yes, yeah.
Peach's butt. This was the one where she was edited out of a lot of it. But her butt looked amazing.
She looked really hot in that outfit.
And then I had to include Ruby from Brazil. We'll get to Brazil in a moment. But Ruby always delivers for the booty. And then the lip sync for the crown. To Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga did the intro too.
Yes.
But it's our second finale this year to Abracadabra.
I feel like, yes.
It's interesting they would do that song again.
I thought that was kind of fun.
It's very intentional.
Yeah.
Like, because... I mean, this was just filmed last week.
Right.
At a certain point, I was like, oh, this is better than the season 16 one. Because I wasn't a huge fan of the performances there.
I feel like it was a little bit.
When Mami Wada did her reveal and she first started dancing, like doing like, you know, like almost like a traditional African dance.
It was so cool.
And the fact that fit with the song so well was really good.
That was
then her
so
headpiece started coming off, and then you get nervous.
But I feel like she handled that really well.
She took it off, yeah. But, you know... It kind of took you out of... For me, it took me out of the fantasy for a moment.
But I do feel like of all the songs, like, it felt like it fit the song. Because, like...
Oh, yeah.
Abracadabra is very, like, whoa, like, I don't know. I feel like... So she was...
Voodoo, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like, kind of what I was getting. Like,
I feel like she was... Yeah, it felt right that she ripped it off and her hair stayed on underneath.
And Ellipse's look was amazing, too.
I loved Ellipse's look, too. I really wanted, like, when she had that heart, I wanted her to, like, be able to, like, pop it and, like, blood come down or something like that.
I was actually hoping that wouldn't happen because I feel like it just is, like, we've seen that.
I know, but I feel like that's Gaga.
Like, at paparazzi. Do that at paparazzi.
Okay, but I don't know. Whenever she, like, stood at the end and was just, like, holding it, I was
but
like...
But did you see...
Okay,
it was actually, like... I didn't notice this until they were, like, waiting to announce who was the winner. But it was bouncing. Like, it was moving. It was animatronic.
Maybe that's why she was, like, standing there like that. Maybe it was, like, pulsing.
Well, and then, like... I don't know how the water worked. When she put the water on herself, it made the costume red.
Yeah, I was confused about that.
It was cool.
I didn't notice
and then
that it
Mami
made it
Wada
red.
put water on her too. Like, I don't know what was happening. There was water.
Okay, I did not realize that the water made it red. I
Yeah.
saw her pour the water, but I was like, what was that all about?
That's when it turned red. Also, you can kind of see here as the look was drying, you can see some of the red stuff is not.
Oh, so it's almost like a
goes
dye,
away.
like a red dye.
Yeah, it's there's a name for that, but like you put liquid on it,
or like
and
when it
changes
gets
color.
wet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because it got wet.
Okay.
I was
Oh
fully
my god, she looks so fierce just in that photo.
right.
That literally looks like a promo photo.
I was upset watching it that they didn't give her a moment to like fix her wig.
Can I just say, I thought the same thing. I was actually thinking, like, okay, in a pageant, when they do pageants, they always, like, when they announce the winner, like, everybody runs and they, like, pin the crown in their hair. They're on TV. Why can they not, like, do a quick commercial break or whatever the hell and, like...
Right. Nikki kept saying
pin the
bye
crown
and coming
in.
back 100 times wearing new looks.
I just don't get...
You can't give her a moment to... One, also, like... Yeah,
because
you're
the
about
whole
to be...
time she was holding it on.
It's very fulfilling and very rewarding that Mami Wada won. I mean, it totally makes sense. And it feels good. To me, this is the first season this year where the story I was told,
Yes.
the performances and the challenges, everything added up.
Yes.
And, like, this was my
she
winner.
slayed this season. I was like...
The greatest
that's why I
promo of all
wanted.
time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, from the promo image.
Literally.
That needs to be hung up on my
Literally.
wall.
Yeah. And it did make sense to me that Ellipse made it to the end, too.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. But I think Mami Wada...
It's exactly who I would have predicted top 2 as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was sad to be Moon didn't make it further, but I just love her.
And she was still in every episode.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Brazil, where they did a roast. These girls are going to be in, I guess, every episode, because we didn't eliminate anyone again.
Yeah.
But Khianna was there. What's funny is I was saying Mami Wada made so many references to her, because she was kind of like her little sister, you know? I was like, why is Khianna not there? I want to see Khianna.
Yeah.
They're like, well, Khianna's in Brazil.
But she was here, yeah.
She was in Brazil. So just tune over there. Actually, there's French representation strong in every episode because a French queen wins on Slaysian Royale.
Tea.
So
yes.
This is a good week for the French. It wasn't a great week for Brazil in terms of this roast.
I agree.
The people that were good, they were like charming, like Belky and Ruby.
Uh-huh.
I think their personalities just worked well with the roast.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily like laugh out loud funny, but they made it work.
Nobody really, like, made me laugh, but I did think, like, theirs felt cute and fun. We at least saw personality with it.
Thin,
like,
yeah.
yes.
Especially Ruby's, like, being, like, taking command is very Ruby. The runway was a glass heart. That was the theme, glass heart.
I loved it.
I thought most queens looked good. They called out Poseidon coming out as Cheryl Hole in a AliExpress bodysuit.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of basic.
Her voiceover was funny, too, because she was like, this doesn't fit my body.
Literally.
And so I'm uncomfortable and I'm awkward. And her little comedy she was trying to do, being cold. Why was she cold? Why was she doing Blair Sinclair?
She was trying to camp it up. She was trying to sell it.
Right. But I'd rather you just walk quickly.
No, it was,
just keep
it
pumping.
was too basic compared to, especially compared to what everyone else wore.
Because it was definitely the weakest by far.
Oh, yeah.
The critiques on Belky's look was frustrating for me because they only focused on the shoe. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I didn't understand that because I didn't mind it.
I don't hate the shoe. Right, I didn't hate the shoe. I also don't think it's the best thing for this look, but that's not the problem with the look.
Yeah.
The problem with the look is the way it sits on her body. This thing, the whole skirt part of this.
The hip is a little low, like...
It's too low.
Yeah.
And so it's throwing off her proportions, which is going to obviously make this shoe stand out more.
I didn't understand the comment about the shoe because to me it's like the shoe was like
it was over and over again.
It looked like crystally or whatever to me. Like that was fine. Like I didn't understand that.
They were basically saying it's a little Debbie scooter.
But who cares?
But everyone else, the problem is everyone else comes out in the stripper platforms. And Ruby actually was probably least on theme in terms of the look.
Stunning,
it was beautiful and like they said, her makeup had never looked better.
Yeah.
And she did make up for it by having a purse that was like the heart, an actual heart. So like that
the
was
hair and everything was really pretty though too.
And her makeup, and she had like diamonds in the hair.
It was so fun.
Very beautiful. For melodies, the whole runway was in the dark. I thought that was
you'd think they would turn the light on like a little bit.
Like it's one thing to have it off. Yeah,
for when she first walks out.
But like at some point, let me look at it. It wasn't until the judge's deliberation. That's what this picture's for.
But I thought it was fierce.
It was good. So I was thinking like, well, why'd you have the lights off the whole time?
Right. We want to see it.
Because I noticed in the dark that I could see her bra. And it actually looks fine with the light on.
But maybe she did want it with the light off. Maybe she was like, can I walk it in the dark?
Yeah, but production should have been like, yeah, we can do that, but at some point we have to look at you.
Also,
we have to be able to see you.
Yeah.
Also, I think they might have done that because when they were deliberating, they said that her makeup looked bad this week. I'm like, oh, so you just kept the lights out?
They did. They were like, then we don't have to pay attention.
Like, I hope you told her that. What'd you think of this lip sync and the fact that it was a double save?
When I was watching it, I didn't really know who was gonna win, so I was fine, I guess, with the double save, because there wasn't one that I was like, oh yeah.
When Melina was not focusing on blocking Poseidon, she actually like matched the energy of the song better.
Mm-hmm.
I think she would have probably won outright if she didn't give Poseidon comedy.
Yeah.
Because we've already had a double save this season, and then
You were not feeling the double
in episode
save.
1, they had the top 2 lips. Like, it just felt like, why?
I did think, like, it was weird because, like, since they sent home, like, a front runner
last week, right.
So it's like, wow, okay.
And, like, it wasn't a slay for either one of them. I do think that Poseidon would have probably lost if Melina wasn't trying to block her the whole time.
Yeah.
Because what Poseidon then did was be hilarious.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of steal the moment.
Yeah.
Like, her comedy, her physical comedy was really good.
Yeah.
But before that, I wasn't interested.
I do hate whenever a queen will just, like, try to block, like, during lip sync.
It's tacky.
Even if it's, like, not, like, intentional, I just think, like, that is just, like, annoying. At first, I was kind of, like, feeling Melina's, and then I feel like at the end, Poseidon kind of pulled through.
But it just feels silly because next week is the semifinals. Like, she's not going to win. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Like, you wish they would have just kept Poseidon and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, if she's never won a challenge yet, she's the only one.
Yeah.
Next week is makeover, and makeup is what she does. So next week might be her week, right before the finale. Maybe she'll pull a Scarlet
Maybe that's
Bobo.
why they decided to keep them both.
Yeah. And they're making over some hot pit crew members.
Ooh.
That got me excited. I was like, good, something to look at.
I love that.
They were very attractive.
Oh my god.
Big, hairy men.
I love that they're hairy. The one on the end.
The person I'm probably most worried for is Melody, because she's struggling with her makeup.
Yeah.
And Belky is... she's struggling with the look she brought. Ruby and Melina will probably do the best. One of them will
I think so.
win. I think it might be literally like they kept her because, this will be a good moment for her next week. 2 weeks in a row, it was Viñas Deluxe's week on Slaysian Royale. And on her season, she won their first design challenge, making a look out of... It was more general. It was just plant life.
Mm-hmm.
And the bitch did it again.
Yes.
I love that we got to see the cacao. But it's crazy that you can dye them.
Yeah.
And that they're so clearly flexible to work on looks.
That was crazy to me, especially, like, being able to dye it, like, this color. Like, what color? Like, what's the natural color to them, I wonder, then? Like,
I want to say they were, like... Because they showed it happening.
It was, like, the brownish?
I want to say it was green. Like a regular leaf.
Well, it's just crazy because everybody colored them such, like, pretty different colors.
It works on all those colors, yeah. And I do think that Viñas got one of the most difficult colors, to pull off. And, bitch, she pulled it off.
It looked so pretty.
It was by far the look.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was the winner.
Definitely.
Hands down. I feel like that's the one thing that there's no question on.
It looked gorgeous on her. And with the hair.
It did.
It's like the same exact color as the hair.
What's great about this is not only is it beautifully made, but she sold the fantasy. She had, like, faces on the
that was
bodice.
fierce.
I mean, how did she do all that?
And it looked like that could, like, start to look campy, but, like...
Or not show up on camera.
Yeah.
Like, look a mess.
But it looked so high fashion to me.
It was so... I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was one of the best, like, designed... Especially to be made out of just fucking leaves.
And, like, did she make the face out of the leaves, too?
Yes!
Like, that's crazy.
She, like, was cutting them up. But I remember noticing in the workroom when they first got the leaves and they were starting... She had way more on her mannequin, like, immediately versus anyone else. I'm like, she was moving right. She knew exactly what she wanted to do. So we're going to keep looking at the runway and then move on to the other queens that were in the top. And then some of the, in my opinion, top safe girls. So here we've got Kitty Space, who was top 2. Suki Daw, who was also in the top, but not top 2. And then safe queens were Brigiding and Khianna. But I would say out of the safe queens, they were definitely the top safe queens. They were amazing looks.
Yes.
What'd you think of these dolls?
I loved Kitty's look. I think that was just so fierce with the head thing that, like, wrapped around. I thought that was just so fun. And I also really did like Suki dolls. Like, I kind of agreed with the top 3 overall. I know you kind of were, like, not in total agreement, but...
I think that both of their looks are very safe to me. I think that Brigiding and Khianna's looks were incredible. Like, they just were just unreal.
I do really love the red. Like, I think that is really pretty, but...
Their shapes are both just really great. The way the garments moved were just elegant and beautiful.
I don't know, I just loved both of those looks. Suki's is just so pretty with the gold.
See, for me, Suki's... I love the gold on her skin.
Yeah.
But some of the gold on the dress, to me, looked like throw up or something on it.
Ew, no!
And also, I mean, that was one thing that I think that Mama Pao pointed out. Her shape is not great.
I do think the shape could have been better.
And she said something like, I'll lose weight or something. Like, girl...
I thought that was funny, though.
I mean, but it's also a little sarcastic. Like, it's also not taking the critique because... You know that that's not what we're asking you to do here. My problem with Kitty's is, I mean, it just swallows her up. The boot with how long the front of the dress is does not make sense to me at all.
I just thought it looked so fierce, and I was glad she kind of had a redemption from, like, the week before.
What happened the week before? The girl group? Oh, with the choreo with something wrong?
Yeah, like, wasn't she kind of in the bottom?
She was safe, but... And she had an incredible runway look last week. That clown, like, that opened up.
Okay, yeah, I did love that. But
I mean, this is her first moment standing out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really liked it. I thought that was fierce.
The storylines for both of them were a little heavy-handed for me. In the workroom, we're hearing about how they're designers and this and that. But to me, what it was doing was it was raising my expectations of what it would look like.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's elements of it that work, but I think the whole bottom half doesn't.
I loved it.
As to where I think Brigiding and Khianna's, there's literally nothing I would change on them. Here's the problem, though, that I'm seeing with the first 3 episodes. In my eyes, the top 2 every week should probably actually be 2 Philippine queens. That would not be very fulfilling for, you know, the other franchises if that's how it went, you know?
Well, I felt like in the girl group episode, it was like almost like light and day. Like night and day, like...
Right.
Literally, like, I feel like...
There was no disguising that they won that.
Like, the Philippine group was just, like, insanely
devoured.
Good. Like, literally, like...
Let's move on to the rest of the queens. Bernie and Yuhua were both safe. And then Siam was bottom 3, but safe from the bottom 2. And our bottom 2 were Arizona and Ivory Glaze. I almost said Ivory Winters. I don't think that Arizona deserved to be bottom at all.
I actually agree with that.
I think Bernie should have been down there. And Bernie was just safe. I love Bernie to death.
I just love Bernie.
I love Bernie. But...
the outfit was a little messy.
That's like little girl in her mom's dress, and she broke half the dress. There's so many problems with it, it's insane. It's really bad. It's the worst one. Bernie's the worst one, and I love Bernie. But it's the worst one.
I also felt like Siam's, like, overall, like, I loved the aesthetic of it, but hers had, like, a lot of, like, up close, like, the back part.
Basic drag issues.
Like,
I'm glad they called it out.
The butt, they did mention it, but, like, the butt was really, like, it looked, like, crazy compared to the boobs looking so good, and then it was, like, the butt was, like...
Not only was there no butt, but then, like, her tights and stuff were all, like,
well, like, the thong was, like, in a weird spot, and, like...
Yeah. I love that the way Pangina was, like, it is an improvement from how you were on Thailand... because, she has improved, but
I loved
still
the
so
look
sloppy.
and, like, the idea of the look. Like, the front part looked really good. They, like, said the boobs were... I think the boobs, to me, they, like, kind of matched. I didn't notice that they were, like, super different colored than her or whatever.
Well, they weren't that different from her skin, but she had this nude, like, tank top on that covered her arms and her upper chest.
Maybe that's what they were talking about.
And that matched more of her tights. But, so it made her breasts look...
Like they were lighter, yeah.
Like they were attached to something different.
Yeah,
like
but I thought it was fun.
Thought it would have been good if Jimbo was here this week, because she was even doing a Jimbo voice in the voiceover. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did
feel like this was
funny.
She was like channeling her Jimbo version of herself.
Jimbo would have lived.
Yeah. I also think Yuhua could have been down there. Maybe not necessarily bottom 2.
Yeah.
But hers was one of the sloppier dresses.
Yeah.
And also her theming of trying to say she's making a punk didn't make any sense. Also, like...
To me, it feels more Lady Gaga, like early Gaga.
She's wearing those Gaga glasses.
Like...
the wig is punk, but also, besides this picture right here, the whole runway, she's cheesing ear to ear.
Yeah.
She was not
giving... that's her.
She wasn't giving any punk energy.
Yeah, she doesn't...
You're not giving me punk. That's a lie.
She's like, I put on a black lip.
And I'm
giving punk.
I just didn't really like the look. Now, Arizona, I do understand her being called out or maybe being bottom 3 for not using enough feathers, because I probably by far used the least amount. However, oh my god, it's the most beautiful she's ever looked.
I was, like, kind of shocked, because I feel like Pangina almost, like, made a face when she walked out, like, she didn't like it.
And they did a shady sound effect.
Maybe they were making that face because it doesn't look like the Cacao.
She didn't,
but,
it's not. So she used a lot of fabric.
Yeah.
And I understand that being called out, but she definitely didn't deserve bottom 2 from this group.
But, I mean, the fabric with it, paired with the Cacao, like, that she made it look like feathers. Like, I don't know. I think it looked pretty to me. I like this effect on the...
I do too.
Boob.
The ridging.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And the hair color and her makeup, I mean, it's literally the best she's ever looked. What did you think about Ivory being bottom 2?
I did kind of agree. I don't, like, hate the look. I actually... Like, it's not
absolutely
bad.
okay.
Yeah, like, it's... But I do think it's, like, it feels simpler. And, I mean, it's, like, a bodysuit, basically. And she kind of said she wasn't going to do a bodysuit, but then still did. She's so tall that this cut of the bodysuit with her legs, like, I just don't really like that.
Her and Brandy should have swapped outfits.
Yes, actually. But her legs do look good, but...
Her legs are all the way up here.
Yeah, like, it's just so
and you
high
can't
cut.
tell.
Yeah.
Like, it could look way better.
Yeah.
Venus and Kitty win the challenge, and I was gooped. I was definitely gooped. We cut to the girls that were safe talking, and I talked about who's top and bottom. They thought Kitty was... Like, they had it all mixed.
They thought she was in the bottom.
They thought that Arizona was the top.
Yeah, I do think Arizona's look was good. Like...
It could, on a different day where it wasn't about the leaf.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the only justification I think there
I guess maybe that is why. They thought Kitty did not do good.
They thought she overstyled it.
And I think they said Suki and...
They did think Suki and Venus were...
I think they said Suki and Venus, yeah.
But Brigiding's reaction was so funny. And I feel like it was genuine. Like, I don't think she was trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
You know? And also, I actually thought it was great that Yuhua said, hey, just FYI, you're going to see this later.
Right.
It airs.
Yeah.
We said you were a bottom.
I thought it was kind of funny when she said that. I was like, oh my gosh.
But also, Kitty's reaction when she won, when she was called top 2, I think she was pretty shocked, too.
Yeah.
I think she expected it to be Suki. I don't think she expected it to be her. But, I mean, yeah, no one loves to hear that you're shocked that I won.
Right.
And I thought it was nice that Suki stood up for her.
Like, don't be shocked or whatever they said, but...
Let her have her moment, essentially. Yeah. Arizona, I've been saying, like, since the beginning, she's the star of the season. And that's one thing that we get every week is a story arc with her. So it's like they're forcing development on her, and they're like making her go through all these ranges of emotions.
When she cried, I was like feeling for her.
And you could tell it was just so real. Yeah. Saying she was embarrassed. And as drag entertainers, we've all had those moments where like, it's not what you wanted to present, you know? And
I'm sure
it was so relatable. I knew what she was feeling.
Exactly.
It's just crazy that this was what she was embarrassed about, because she had nothing to be embarrassed about.
But it also, like, I do... like, understand it, like, of feeling like when you're in the top and, like, doing really well, and then all of a sudden now you're in the bottom. I mean, that's
she was in the top. Well, she didn't win both weeks, but she was on top.
Like, she was doing really well. Yeah. Like, so I'm sure it is kind of just, like, such, like, a realization, like, wow, like, I was doing so good, but now I could just go home. Like, I don't know.
Right. Well, and also, you know, there's this thing that I feel like as Americans we don't have at all. That most of these international franchises sometimes will have this burden of representing their country. Yeah. And even though she's one of 5, she still was like, I'm so embarrassed, I put us in the bottom. Yeah. You know?
Because she was sad she didn't want to be the first, like, Philippine queen.
This was beautiful to see. It's more development for her. She's like, I feel like we're seeing a winner's arc. Pangina was the lip sync song. And this was a very generic Drag Race song, you know, that's... Or it could be like a Real Housewife song, you know, like...
It does feel very that,
day, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. But, bitch, Venus performed this song as if it was her own and as if it was her favorite song ever.
She ate it up.
This is one of those that Pangina's done this in the past to a Cyndi Lauper song where I said she gave the song more life than it deserved.
No, literally.
And that's how I felt about, like, she turned it out.
Just like the very little intro part... Something about the way, like, she performed that, it was so fierce to me.
It was true. And her lip sync was like the words were coming out of her mouth.
She knew every word, and you could tell Kitty did not know the words.
And Kitty looked just scared. It looked like she's not a regular performer.
She definitely got devoured.
And we did see in the preview that Arizona and Yuhua were fighting over a part. So again... Already, in the preview, Arizona has a story.
Yeah.
Oh, I just proved my point again, and I didn't even realize I had that point to prove. Now it's time to take a look at our YouTube thanks. And up first is Daniel, coming through with the thanks. Thank you, Daniel. And then Carlos came through with a big tip. Thank you, Carlos. I can eat good this week. Longtime viewer, Patreon member, though not consistent. Sorry, long story. No problem, this makes up for it. Longtime Luster. This is for the awesome Slaysian Royale watch-along content on Patreon. Everyone should consider joining the Patreon if they're not. Thank you. Although I would get jealous. You feel possessive over me? I hate to tell you this, Carlos. There's a lot of other Patreon members. I don't think Carlos even joins the chat. You got to join the chat, too. I like to chat with people live during the episode. It's fun. I appreciate you and your co-host so much. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, Carlos. That's so sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, join us over on the Patreon and chat. And actually, speaking of that, I did launch the YouTube memberships. I haven't had that on the new channel. It's a way that some people, like, as an alternative, if they don't want to join the Patreon or don't have access to it in the country or something, you can join on the
there's like a YouTube
membership.
Okay.
And then if you go to the, like, my post tab or my community tab, you can see the member exclusive content. It has just about all the access that Patreon would have, but Patreon has just a little bit more user-friendly. You know, I can share even more stuff.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments below what you think about everything that occurred this week. I have one last thing to say today. Glad you got to see us.